Welcome, welcome, welcome. What up, what up, what up? We back.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo están, señor, señorita? We are here. I am con hoyo. I need a TV for my bongo.
You are
What's
too
up,
right.
bro? Listen, I had to pull that out. It was a long day. I had to pull that out. I don't know what else I got left, but I'm ready for it because it's going to be an interesting. I think it's going to be more a mature conversation than I think we give it credit for.
I hope so.
I think so. I think with this young lady here, I'm about to say with this two gentlemen here and this young lady, but I'm gonna say with this young lady here. We don't got Georgie here, so it should be cool. It should be cool. No craziness.
Georgie is fine.
Georgie is my boy. I love her to death, but Georgie gonna express how he feel. Okay.
Georgie.
But first of all, let me say, D Block, welcome to being back on with us. You're gonna be like the third member. You just don't know it yet. You like the reserve, the pinch hitter. There you go. Pinch hitter, yeah. But how you doing?
I'm doing good. I knew it was something when you interrupted my Zumba class. I said, now Jamar know that I am doing Zumba class. And I said, oh, okay. So then when I read it, I was like, oh, okay, well, that's a good subject.
We definitely needed you for today.
Yeah, we definitely needed you for today. Reggie,
yes,
I mean,
sir.
you want to jump right into it, sir, bro? Mm-hmm. You want to jump right into it first? You want to give the reason why we are here today?
Okay. So yeah, we was on yesterday, and I was supposed to touch on something that I didn't get a chance to. So I got a friend. I ain't gonna mention his name. Well, I did yesterday. We'll just say my dude Briggs. He wanted me to touch on a subject. You know, he had spoke to me about something. So he's the type of person that he wants to be the lead in the situation, you know, as far as in his relationship. He wants the woman to follow him. He wants to make the decisions on the household. You know, he wants, things to directly come through him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't necessarily want the woman to, listen to everything that he say. But at the same time, he does want the woman to check in with him when it comes to like finances and things like that. He also stated that he wants the type of woman that if he was to get into a jam, that could put him back on his feet. I told him that that's not nothing that I'm personally interested in. And I also let him know that I guess there's nothing wrong with that because some people like that. But I just wanted to speak on it because I just wanted to talk about it.
Okay. All right. And you want to know what I think about what
Absolutely.
you just said?
Absolutely. Can you let a man totally lead? Can you, even with making you have to, when it comes to spending money or whatever, you got to go through him first. Respect my authority.
Well, I feel like it was contradictory when I was following everything until he said if he get in the jam, she could put him back on his feet. That kind of negates the first part because if you leading us into a hole and I'm supposed to be following you, how am I supposed to get us out of it? So we're supposed to have our little side hustle without him knowing type of deal. But we'll get back to that. So let's just go back to the leading and she just following.
Right, because that's kind of two different things. I agree.
Right. Okay, so I have been told, so listen here, I keep trying to tell y'all my dating life is very, very surfaced and I don't really have a lot of experience. But the last guy I talked to, he was from Louisiana and from Columbus. Like his mom was in Columbus, his dad was in Louisiana. So he kind of grew up with both of them. And he told me that I would have a lot of friends if I moved down south, but I would not have a man. Because my mouth too slick and I'm too smart. And they don't like that down south. Now, I don't know if that's how the down south people roll. I'm from up north, but that's what he told me. I think a woman can... Okay, it's supposed to be a partnership, but my question, I would have questions for your friend. So if he wants to be the sole person with the financial decisions, how are his finances? What's his credit score like? What is his job? How is he paying the bills? Things of that nature. And does he expect his woman not to work? Is he giving her an allowance? Like, it would be questions that I would have to ask. I believe if the right man, if I trusted that man to be a provider, to be a protector, and to be the leader of the household, I could follow. I'm not for sure exactly what that all entails with your friend, but I really think I could do it, even though I'm very, very strong-willed. I think I could do it. What's the question, Jamar? What's the question?
All right, so look, I'm gonna say more of what he said because I think that you are having a couple questions. All right, well, what he's saying is not so much as he didn't like specifically say finances. I'm putting that in his mouth, but what he said was he was like he wants to be leading a relationship. Basically, if whatever decision that needs to be made, whatever it is, they don't have to just be finances, whatever. Well, daddy or hubby can like, and asking his permission, like basically where he's the king of the household, And again, when he said the second part, he was like, if I was to fall off or get fired or something like that, have a woman that will work overtime to get me a pack to get me back on my feet.
But does that not sound contradictory to you?
Well, I don't want to say exactly what I said to him until everybody gets all their point of views out. Because if I say everything that I said, it's kind of everybody gonna be like, "See, yeah, you're right. Because I don't want that. That's not. I don't. I'm not doing that.
So he's not saying to discuss things with him. He's saying to ask permission.
Okay, well, let's put it in ghetto terms. He want in the relationship for him to be that nigga. For him to be
HNIC.
Okay, HNIC. Okay.
Yeah. He wants to the quote unquote lead. That's what he wants to do, and that's what that is.
Has he had any luck with that?
I ain't asking that. I
don't know. I just feel like it's a different day and age, and people are always talking about. People are always talking about back in the day where the man was the sole provider, and that's why the women stayed around and all this other stuff. But I feel like it is more to it than that. When I was teaching overseas, a lot of the Japanese culture, they were saying that the man was the provider, and that so he didn't have any say-so in like raising their kids. He didn't go to the school. He didn't do anything. He just gave the money. And I just feel like, even though it's cultural differences, why would you want to only be at work and never deal with? And I know kids can be, we got kids. I know they can be like worrisome or whatever, but I feel like it's always a two-edged sword, because if you just want to work and not have any type of relationship building with that person, and you're like a dictator, that's not going to work. They're going to seek that affection and that equality somewhere else, if that makes sense. He going to create somebody who was going to cheat immediately, but she's not going to. And women are smart. We don't get caught as fast as men do. With the exception of Jeannie Mae, if she did cheat with Mario Lopez. But we are a little smarter than that. And so she could pretend that he's the man and things like that. But leading with an iron fist, I don't think that goes for a lasting relationship, if that makes sense.
How you feel, Jamar?
I'll answer in particular to the pertaining to this brother's question, because I think the discussion is a lot bigger than just his perspective. I'll say that different strokes, different folks. If this is what he's want, then he may have a hard time finding what he wants. Is it out there? Yes. Is there some woman that's okay and wants to do that? Hell, there's some women out there that have go take a charge for him if he wants to be able to be the one to be out there still out there providing and taking care of stuff, and she'll go sit down and do that time for him.
You sound like Project Pat.
Bro, I used to be a corrections officer at a women's prison. You'd be surprised how many of these young and older women do these things for these men. I mean, listen, pimping ain't dead. It's a lot of pimps out there, and there's a lot of brothers out there that's got these women taking charges and hold on to this dope and his guns for them. So, and there's a lot of women who want to be submissive and do nothing but just want a strong man who just handles everything. Some women just don't want to do nothing. They just want to stay home and do whatever. So I don't think he's wrong for wanting what he wants. I just think that he makes it to a degree harder. And not everything he asks for is impossible or wrong. It's just that maybe that last part about her hustling and going to copping him a pack.
I think he just was putting that on there. Like I shouldn't even have said he said that. He
working that overtime. I mean, that's probably maybe the only thing I see that's going to be interesting. But I don't see nothing wrong if she with him and she know he live that type of lifestyle, and she goes along with it and stays in the picture, then she just is guilty as part of the process to him, because she knows what he's doing. She knows he's living a legal lifestyle. She knows that it's the illegal fund that's helped keeping that household together, or the lights on, or everything else. So she's taking the money, the drug money, or whatever money he hustling to go.
Well, why are you going to the illegal thing? What if he's not illegal?
He said go cop a pack.
He's not, and that's why I shouldn't have said that. He said that. I think he was just using that for example.
You just don't went straight to the hood in the trap house.
If so down bad, the person to come help me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
I think he just was like just saying that part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, just saying that part. But like, if you down bad, that's what he's asking for isn't as asinine, overall of a hard thing to ask for. It's just a preference. It's just what you want.
Look, this is what I told him.
There's so many relationships and people and people knowing what they want, not being afraid to ask what they want. And a brother had a question about something he wanted, and an ideal of his ideal woman for his relationship. That's what the podcast, this episode is about.
So
yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Reggie.
What I told him is that before I tell you what I told him, there was other people in the room. You know what I'm saying? And the first thing is when he said that, the other person was like, "Well, we wasn't raised by women like that," and I started shaking my head like, "Facts." Mm-hmm. But what I told him is, I said, I think that you opening up something and you don't even realize it, bro. I said, you opening up a whole can of shit that I don't think that you prepared for. And Doreen, you hit it dead on the head. So listen, if you're going to ask that of somebody, they're going to ask you to pay for everything. That's just common sense. That's just common sense. And that's what I told him. I said, listen, there's women out there like that. You know what I'm saying? I said, but it's the ones that is telling you that they want you to lead, and they're going to expect you to be a provider, protector, and all that. I don't personally want that because I'm not paying for that shit. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing it. I'm telling you right off the rip. Like, so if a female think that I'm going to be a provider, no, I'm not the man for you. I'm not going to do it, and I'm not going to take care of your kids. Hence, I'm single. It's for a reason. I'm not doing it. Period. And that's what I told him. I said, I'm not being nobody's dad. I said, I'm not doing that. And I said, you got to think about it. I said, and the reason why people think that, oh, well, and Doreen hit it dead on the head again. Like, oh, well, grandma and grandpa, that's what they did. Well, America is not set up like that no more. It's not. I said, think about, why would a woman do that? I said, I'm only going to touch on Black females. We're not going to talk about nobody else. I said, let's just talk about Black people. Mm-hmm. I said, they're smarter than you. He's like, no, they're not. I said, okay. I said, listen, statistically, the smartest human beings in the United States are Black females. That's a fact. They're going to outlive your ass. They make more money than you. And then he was like, well, it's because we have felonies. I said, that too. I said, they got government assistance. What do they need you for? I said, but that's
the biggest
money.
Wait, can you remember that one part? Can you remember that one part? Can you remember that last part you said? Because I think that's a key to the whole relationship conundrum and everything going on right now. That last part you said, what the heck do they need you for?
Nothing. Mm-hmm. And then I said in old times, men made way more than females. Females really didn't work. And then if you look at other countries, right? When people come from other countries, okay, in them other countries, the man is the one that's making the money. The female's not making shit. So she be needing him. Here, I don't need you for shit. You a fucking bum, my nigga. Think about it. There's no point for that shit. So why would I sit there and do that? Why would I sit there and go above and beyond for some bullshit? What am I getting in return from this? Nothing.
Let me ask you this, Reggie. Did he say that he wanted this before the marriage, or is this after marriage?
You know what? That's a good question because we never.
I don't think marriage was even in his mind. I think he just what he wanted in a woman.
We didn't really speak on that, but because now I don't even know if that's what he meant. But I wouldn't just go out on a limb and say that he, that don't matter.
Okay, because I'm just thinking because I always talk about nobody taught me how to have this gold digging mentality or whatever, but I was always the ride or die. If your car broke down, I was helping you push it up the hill type of ordeal. I always had a hustling mentality, so I always had money. And at the beginning of relationships, I would have the money. I would be paying for the things. And I feel like once the guys got on their feet, like what you were saying, you put them on their feet, then all of a sudden they forget that you was the one who was paying for everything. All of a sudden they forget, like I had a guy say, Brayton ain't gonna pay the bills or whatever. Do you know how much people get paid to braid? Like, right. What are you talking about? And then they flip the script or whatever. And now when they have the money and I'm not reaching to pay the bill, now they talking about, well, you don't never reach for. Nigga, I was paying stuff for 5 years. What do you mean? Like, I'm not understanding what's the problem. And then even with because you went straight to the hood dudes. What about those dudes? Did you help write their papers for college? They this, they that. And then they act like they did it on their own. And then they leave you hanging. Like, you can't just... I'm
so glad you came on. Damn.
I'm always the one. And even when you were talking about when he said, oh, I'm down, she can bring me up and she could do that. I've done that, and I haven't been in a relationship, and the dude would be married, calling me, talk about, hey, can I borrow this? Can I borrow that? And we never even had a relationship. He never even did anything. And to me, I don't know if I come off with that energy because I feel like
you don't.
What'd you say?
No, you don't.
Right. I don't understand it, but that's the type of people I attract. And then once they get together, that's why I said, is it before or after marriage? Because I feel like I give marital duties before the marriage, and then you don't marry me. You turn around and marry, what did we say? These hoes be winning. That's who you marry. So I just don't understand where he's coming from when he says he wants to be the man, but if he get down, you need to build him back up. Like, that don't sound like a partnership to me. So, and maybe I just been scorned.
It sounds like it.
Maybe I just been scorned because I'm from Youngstown, so I've dated the intellect, I've dated the dope boy, and neither one of them, I don't have a ring, and neither one of them have panned out. But I've always had that hustling mentality, and I don't know if that deters people. I'm not sure. So I don't know where he was coming from with that. And does he have control over anything else in his life, or is that why he wants to control the woman? Like,
I don't know. I don't really think that his goal is really to like do this, do that. I don't think it's really that. I just think that he just wants to feel like he's the man in the relationship and say that he's leading the relationship and all that shit. But me,
man, to be the man, you gotta be the man.
Right. I told him exactly. I said, you're gonna have, I don't know if your finances is like that. I told him you're gonna have to go above and beyond. Mine ain't like that. So I'm not even finna attempt to do that shit. Listen, I said, the people that you need to go after, I said, it's the ones that you see making them posts on Facebook talking about they don't want no 50-50 relationship. I said, that's the ones. And I said, another good place to look for a female like that is in church.
I don't know, because I'm in church. And I was about to get on one of those little dating websites. It was Christian Mingle, but it looked like everybody needed Jesus.
Hey, all the sinners go to Christian Mingle.
I was like, is this Christian Mingle? Because on Christian Mingle, you don't have to get on there first. You can kind of like look at the profiles before you join. I was looking like, what? Psalms 1:8. Like, who is this? Like, no, we're not gonna get on.
This is fried.
We're not gonna get on there. And then somebody told me that all the weird people is on dating apps, and I don't know. It's just
that's not true. Times have changed. Times have changed. Are there weird people? There's weird people in the world. So times have changed. It's just weird people, period. You're gonna come across some weirdos. You're gonna come across a shit ton of fake profiles. You're gonna come across some people that only like in the real world. They not weird, they cool, but they just users, or they just want to smash. Or you gonna come across some people that's truly into what you into, but also truly wants what you want, but they might not also just fit the idea or have the belief or structure that you have for what entails for what you need in a relationship to make it work. I mean,
but what's up with people being our age talking about like the 90-day rule where they ain't just trying to fuck and all that shit? Man, we halfway fucking dead. Why wait?
Did you say the 90-day rule? They got that from Think Like a Man.
90-day rule.
Steve Harvey.
Why they blaming Steve Harvey for all these women messed up today now? Anyways, all these sisters messed up. They blaming Steve Harvey in that damn book because they wanted to. Act like a woman. Is it act like a woman, think like a man?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Yeah, that's him too.
Don't act like no damn man. Be the beautiful woman you are. And
I read all the books, and I felt like them mugs was contradictory because all the people that I was describing, he'd say, "Oh, they won't introduce you to your family." All the dudes introduce me to their family. Their families love me. That's not one of the things where you can say, "Oh yeah, he really gets me." You lied, Steve Harvey. You lied. That's not correct. It's not correct.
Hey, meeting the family is just a step. It doesn't mean that you all the way in. It's just a part of the process. If my mama like you and think you cool, that means that I can bring you around there and you cool, and whatever the case, and that might help you with your competition.
But with him, he can't really sit there and say that because he's been married so many times. Like, just imagine how many people he's introduced to his mom.
Mm-hmm.
He a Cleveland nigga. We don't trust them anyways. Ask him. Has his daughter been reading his book?
Which one?
I went to school with the twins.
You went to twins, yeah. You went to school with the twins. That's right. Yo.
No, Steve Harvey, but yeah, no. So when you guys say ideal relationship, do you think it's a such thing as an ideal relationship?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think so either.
Okay, Reggie, wait. I can answer that why I think it is. And then Reggie, you can tell me why it's not. I say what ideal is what is your idea? What is it that you, and the only way you answer that is to first and foremost know who you are, know exactly what the hell it is that you want and what you will and what you just will not under any circumstances tolerate or put up with. If you know those answers, then going out and finding the ideal mate is easier because therefore you know you're looking within a person like, yo, they got this character, they got this thing, they work, or I don't want her to work. I need her to do this because I need to feel like the man. There's some men they just have to feel like the man, and there are some women just through raise and everything else just like, yo, I can try to be that stay at home, that submissive woman, but that's just not who I am at my core. And they try it, but it don't work. But that's why you have to be honest with yourself first and foremost to find, quote unquote, the idea mate. The idea is about your idea. So that's why I say it's not impossible, because there are people out there that fit what you like, that fit and value the same characteristics that you want and like. His ideal woman, for example, I'm not sitting there saying this is what it is, but I'm gonna use Reggie for example. His ideal woman might be a woman that's cool. They hook out, they hang out, they have fun together. She go home to her place. He go stay at his place or go home to his place. She don't need him to raise and take care of her kids. They time together. They time together. They time apart. They're time apart. There are women out there that are like that. That's all they want. They're cool. They good. They don't need they don't want a husband or whatever the case. And so to tell him that he can't, that ideal woman isn't out there would be ludicrous.
No. I'm not saying that. I told him when he brought it up to me.
Not your boy. We're just saying in general. We're just saying in general now. Idea.
No. I mean, yeah. I just think that there's no ideal. I don't think that what I think is right. I don't think what you think is right. I think that it's whatever the person feels like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's why we're sort of saying the whole point of the idea is about not the general perception or the general idea, but you personally. Do you not think that there's a woman out there that possesses the things and the qualities that you like and you want?
Yeah, of course. But what I'm saying is that don't make it right. That don't mean that that's how it should be. Oh, well,
I mean, that's a whole different point to be taken right there. But before we go to that point, Doreen, do you think there's an idea man out there for you, or do you think that maybe your idea is far-fetched, like you're just asking for too much?
Well, I want a Christian thug, but before we get to that, what's you kept saying what you think. And so that's why I say it's not an ideal relationship, because I don't think you going into it with just what you think and what you want creates an environment for a successful relationship. I feel like if you go in and they have these qualities and they come in and they have these qualities and you guys compromise and negotiate to make it your ideal relationship, I feel like what you just saying, this is what I want, and somebody got to be out there with it. I don't think that that's correct for ideal relationship.
That's not necessarily how I'm saying it or how I'm intended it to be.
Okay.
Perfect example. We'll use a church, right? We'll use a church in the phrase they love to use, equally yoked, right?
Yes.
So within a church, normally the best way a relationship of two people who are in a church works is, quote unquote, the word equally yoked, is that they both have centered their ideas of the relationship are centered around their spiritual beliefs, right? And their spiritual upbringing.
Think it is. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you use that as the basis, the foundation. So therefore, your ideal person follows that right there, that baseline, that foundation, and then you build up from there. So therefore, within that, even out of it, like you wanting a church thug. That reason why I say that's not
a Christian.
I think that I should hook you up with him because you kind of asking for him too. I don't know if you hear it or not. He is Christian. He's super Christian. And I'm not. Me and him getting an argument, so I think I should hook you up. I don't know why I ain't thinking that.
Damn, we done found you.
I hope you're watching it.
Reggie, you a real matchmaker, bro. You a real matchmaker.
Yes, bro, I don't know why I did not fucking think of that. That's so obvious.
Damn. D-Block, you gonna have to hold that brother down, though.
He gonna like you too, and I know you know him too.
But anyway, you was talking about equally yoked, and I feel like a lot of people, especially a lot of Christians, get equally yoked wrong. And I had to really, really try to research that thing, because a lot of people who go to church and say that they are Christian don't have the same core beliefs.
That's true.
It depends on who raised you, who did this, who did that. I had to learn that the hard way. And basically, people don't think about equally yoked and where it came from in the Bible days. What they were saying was the yoke is on both of the beasts of burden or whatever. So you don't put a young ox with a super old ox. You don't put a lazy ox with a super go-getter ox, because they have to be able to move whatever they're moving together. So if you have people who understand each other, okay, I might not be exactly like you, but I know if we going up this hill and you struggling a little bit, I'm like, okay, let's take a break. Let's go up this hill together. It's not like, oh, get yourself, you need to get together. It's not like that. And I think a lot of people, especially Christians, because they don't teach you stuff that they should be teaching you in the church. You grow up naive, and then you
don't get Reggie started on that, please. Don't get you.
Don't get podcast about that. We're not gonna go there because I don't believe none of that shit.
Well, you learn stuff that because nobody taught you. People who are in the church, you ain't been saved all your life, so you still need to be telling people the real. You trying to brush things up under the rug and not say this and not say that. When you got 8 kids by different daddies, but you a missionary on the thing, and you looking at the one girl who got 1 kid. So I feel like a lot of the relationship stuff, when you are raised in the church, they don't really touch on that type of stuff. And then that's why people be confused. That's why people be talking about, oh, the Christians is the freaks and they this and they that. Because once you let people loose,
they're human beings. Of course they're the freaks. Everybody the freaks. They're human beings.
All right, okay. Let me better clarify.
Like even with Amish people. People go hard. I'm telling you, I'm from PA. I'm telling you, they go hard. But so they hide behind the shit.
Basically the idea is this. My first marriage, being married the first time, I married, quote unquote, at that time, my best friend, my ride or die. Like there was no secrets. There was like everything was laid out on the table. Like we talked about it all, we discussed it all. We told each other's like body count, like you're everything. Like we're there, we're in sync. My best friend.
Body count, Reggie. We just not. Okay.
I figured y'all would laugh at it because y'all know it, but
you and this body count, okay?
Right, but you know it, and so you got it. You understand each other, and therefore your communication, everything is wow. So you're like, yo, I think I got it right. I'm marrying like my best friend. Nothing like my best friend. You know, you're thinking like you good. And then there's the other part that taught me about it, which which definitely has me feeling like I understand it a little bit better, is like, yo, like there are other parts that you two have to be on par with, or not even sometimes you two, the person you're with has to be on par with. And so like self-love, some form or some part of being down the line of self-understanding. And if you're with a person and they don't have self-love and self-understanding, they don't know who they are, what the hell makes them happy, there's sometimes nothing you can do for them to make them happy because they're looking at everything else as an issue instead of the fact that their issue is with themselves. And so what they do is they take it out on you because they refuse to take accountability, or the last place they want to look at is with themselves. And so
of course you married them. Ain't nobody else to take it out on, nigga.
No, I mean, of course, right? But there's nobody else. And so you go through that process, and when you go through that process and you're like, yo, I'm trying my best, I'm doing everything. You fuss about something, I adjust. You fuss about something, I adjust. You keep adjusting, and then when you finally get to that point, you're like, yo, what am I doing wrong? And then you find out. You're like, okay, cool. Like the issue is not me. The issue is you with you. You don't love you. So therefore, it was like, this was my idea. And I thought this person was everything, and everything that they presented to me was cool, except for the part that I didn't know, was that this person didn't love themselves the way it's necessary for our marriage to be able to continue, to be able to flourish.
How do you miss that if that's your best friend?
Because sometimes it's when you get married, there are these other sides, and it's like sometimes people's brains switch because now I don't know what it is, but there's like this, it's different. We could have been together dating for 10 years. We say I do, and this is not for all women, but there's something in that switch, like, yo, oh, you mine's now for real, and things change. Even if you like, yeah,
you wrote your name on that paper.
Yeah, so in the
so it's like for better or for worse. So at my worst,
better or worse. And so the possessive part of it is there. Like, I don't know how it happens. It just happens. Like, they take them vows maybe way more literal. Some men do too, way more literal, and they switch up. Like, people switch up when they get married, when they say I do, when they say them vows. And so when I say being, the idea is first knowing what it is you want. Because if you don't know what the hell you want and you just keep on dibbling and dabbling out there, you're going to keep getting and dating these motherfuckers. You're like, yeah, I like this, but I don't like that. Yeah, they cool. We have fun. We vibe. We chill. We can smoke and drink and kick it all the time. But when it's time to get serious, this person ain't got that part to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many times
Jamar, or Black V? I said you hood for real. Every scenario go real hood with you.
No, that's not even hood. Like, the ex was not hood at all. She was a preacher's daughter. Not from the hood. And it's a lot of diss towards her because, like, she was cool, a good person, cool people. But like you said, they get that freedom, they whatever case in their life, but they still have trauma. Especially a lot of preachers' kids got a lot of trauma. They got daddy issues, even if their daddy was there, because they don't get their dad. They got to share their dad with the whole damn congregation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I keep trying to tell. That's why I need a Christian thug. I can't have a pastor because I can't be a first lady. I'm trying to tell them already. But yeah, we're not doing that. We're not sharing you with the congregation.
Yeah, it's a responsibility and it's a sacrifice. But that's just the experience. So all I'm saying to you is that the idea relationship exists because it's your idea. Even when you make changes, because the idea is like this person is worth. They make you feel that they are worth giving up on some of the things you had a hard stance on or being able to move. But the key to it all is that it's your idea, yours.
This is my relationship advice.
Is that $40? When did that start? I was so late. I had to ask somebody on social media, like, why they keep putting $40? Like, is that all people is asking for? Like, what is it?
It all started as a joke.
Wait. No. You said, is that all people asking for? Like, money ain't a thing. Okay, I'm gonna need you to cash at me. Let me put my cash up on the bottom of the screen.
We already went through that. But even I said that because somebody stole my card information. And that's what they stole. That's what it said. Like, the lady was like, do you want to know what they was trying to buy? They was trying to buy a $40 escort or something. And I'm like, yes, when they stole my car. So I'm like, if you can't afford the escort, why would you steal my stuff? Like, $40 you can get.
Yeah, but if you're gonna steal 40, that's what you're gonna buy with it. Like, I would have bought some bread.
You stole my whole bank card information and you tried to get an escort for $40. The lady was cracking up laughing at me. I'm like, you're lying. She was like, no, look at this website.
But you know,
D-Block, you want your card back? I'm sorry.
Listen, that's proof. As soon as a motherfucker gets some money, first thing you try to do is trick.
Yes.
Cracks.
Yes. I was like, what? I didn't know what she was about to say. She was looking like, do you know what they purchased? And I'm like, no, what did they purchase? $40.
I wonder if it was for an Asian massage parlor or something.
$40 holla.
Yeah, I don't know what the website was, but she showed it to me, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh no, if it was me, I'm going to top notch whore. We going for the $200 whore. I'm going.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you just do $40? That's what I mean. Like, is that all people are asking for? Like, $40. What do you get for $40?
That is kind of low. Especially what's the booking fee on that? God damn.
You get the all he got off was the $40. That was it.
Man, he was better. Listen, he was better off getting 8 months or whatever of OnlyFans or however much that shit.
Hey, Reg. Boom says send him the link to text him the link to his phone.
All right.
Oh, he coming in.
Yeah, they're just fiend prices nowadays. But a couple years ago, before the pandemic, $40 was really good money.
I guess. I don't know what people is doing. That's them fiend prices. There go Georgie. Hi, Georgie.
What?
Maybe it's more than that. All you need is some pills.
Georgie,
that's sweet how y'all profile pictures is up on the side.
Oh, where?
I can see them.
Oh, on the top, the side. Yeah, for the background. Yeah, I'm gonna get you one. Don't worry.
No,
you part of the team, and we gonna pay more than $40 because we take care of our people over here. I don't even get paid, and Reggie ain't never getting paid. Now let me quit.
$40. I had to really ask somebody. I'm like, why does this keep popping up on my timeline? It's $40.
Because at one point, Doreen, that was the going rate.
But the going rate for what? What are these females paying with $40? Like,
I don't know.
A Metro bill or a motherfucking Boost Mobile bill.
Oh, they cell phone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He buying lotion?
Bro, I'm going to buy me like a Little Caesar pizza, like with some wings.
You getting a high rate?
And that's a lot of stuff you can do with $40 if you know
$40.
Get you an
egg. But people were saying like getting their hair done, getting their nails done,
loose cigarettes.
Oh,
that's all they really want.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that life.
What?
I'm buying like loose cigarettes and like bottles and stuff. One time I was like really, really sick, and they told me to make a hot toddy. I think that's what it's called.
Hottie toddy. Yep.
So I felt bad because I felt like I stereotyped. I went in the liquor store. I saw a dude with locks, and I was like, "Hey, could you show me where this is?" And somebody had told me Henny. Yes.
People with locks, that's for weed.
But thank you. Okay. But he knew where it was at. He knew where it was at. he knew where it was at. So I had got the Henny, and it was like $14. It was like this big or something. It was like $14. I was like, this stuff is expensive. So I get all the way to my apartment and I drop it.
That was God. That's God trying to stop you from becoming. Hey, you know what? You'd have drank that though. You might have went to church and found you that thug.
My Christian thug.
About 6 years ago, I would have got a motherfucking straw. Got right on that concrete, like.
But listen, dudes don't have the same approach in church as they have in the club. Like nobody ever be like, "Hey, you need half on your tithes. Like, let me help you out with that offering." Don't nobody ever do that.
Because they be trying to swindle you out the pussy. That's what that is. You want to reverse you want to have a Bible study. Bend the fuck over and shit like that.
I'm just saying because I always went out. I never drank, but I always went out, and we would have like an understanding. My girls drank, and they would be like, "So, tell them you drinking this." When the guys, and I never understood why the guys was getting so mad when I would like hand over my drink to my friend.
And that hurt to the core.
Yeah, so one time I had to order, I think somebody ordered a Long Island iced tea. I think it was your sister. And I was like, "Y'all paying this much money for this Long Island iced tea?" And then I got it. I said, "Oh, this is why they be trying to hurt me." Okay. So I just started telling dudes to give me a bottle of water, $2. Just grab me that bottle of water and we good.
Hey, Reggie, when she at the club and she say she don't drink, she just want a bottle of water. Hey, that's where brothers be like, "Yeah, we gonna mark this one off the list. This is not going."
No, I don't think like that. I'll be like, "Listen, I will get you 2 of them motherfuckers right now, and tip them $1."
Somebody
hey, bro, listen, I don't mind. I'll get her the water, but it's a done deal. It ain't like I won't get her the water, but I'm like, yeah, she's not going home with nobody.
Because listen, I don't know if you came up with that, but it seemed like every time somebody else is paying for liquor, motherfuckers they only drink top shelf. That's the only time they drink that shit. But when you go to their house, when they buy it, it's E&J.
Now what's E&J?
Earth and jerk, cognac.
Jesus.
Some cognac.
That's some motherfucking brandy.
Oh, it is brandy. It is a brandy. It is a brandy. I'm sorry. I should know better. I don't drink it. I have it on my bar, but I don't drink it. That's where my family members from Youngstown come to visit me.
Ooh, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
I'm bougie. I drink nothing but bourbon and tequila and some other little. I do got a bottle of gin though, but not no Tanqueray.
Oh, I remember that name.
Yeah, Tanqueray. Listen, I won a t-shirt contest drinking Tanqueray before.
A t-shirt contest?
I woke up. It was a blackout moment. All I know is I woke up with a tight ass t-shirt on. Like winner.
Don't tell nobody else you was in a wet t-shirt concert.
Bro, it wasn't a wet t-shirt contest because the shirt was dry, bro. But my cuz, he ain't a real homie because he let me go. Like I was toe up. I do remember parts of it, like being on stage. It's like all girls up there, like me, and like dancing and stuff. And this is like in the Big Easy. This is the Big Easy in Columbus. You remember the Big Easy? You was there when the Big Easy was there. D Block, way out east.
This was at where? Oh, that's what you were doing.
Yep.
Somebody tried to make me enter a wet t-shirt contest, and I refused.
I would like to see that.
Could have won.
That was fixed. It would have been fixed.
No, I probably could have won because the girl who won, she didn't have anything, but she was like a gymnast. She did like a back bend or something like that, and I think that's why she won. But
I want to see that with a t-shirt on.
I think you probably would win.
Yeah.
And I could do a back bend too. It's not like I can't do that, but I did not want to get up there and be in a.
You too wholesome with your bottle of water that night.
Would you like to go to church this Sunday?
But see, Jamar, what you don't understand
Would you like to go to church this Sunday?
What'd you say?
She said,
"Would you like to go to church this Sunday?" I don't believe this shit, but we can go.
Hey, D Block in here. You get her phone number. She be like, "Do you believe in the Lord Jesus Christ as your Savior?" We're like, "No."
First of all, Jamar, the reason why they was asking about me drinks is because I was dancing with them, and I was not dancing like I was going a church girl. And
you one of them.
They would find out later, and I would be like, "Nah, I'm just drinking water. No, you can't have my number. I just like to dance. I was just a dancer." So.
And then I would have told you gave my motherfucking $4 back too for them 2 waters.
Did you send Boom the link?
Yeah, I sent it to him on Facebook.
He ain't still missing in action. But yeah, that used to be funny.
I'll send it to him again.
We used to give fake numbers. We used to give each other's number at the club.
What?
Brittany got me a couple times real good. And the person would call me and I'd be like, "What did I have on?" And then they'd tell me and I know it was her. I'd be like, "Oh no, I gave you the wrong number."
I could have told you don't trust her. I could have told you don't trust her.
We used to have fake names, everything. But my one friend, she took it too far. I told her she couldn't be doing that. We went to a club one time and the guy said something to her. She was like, "AIDS is real." I said, "Oh,
whoa, whoa!"
You can't be saying that. You can't be saying that. I said, "Oh no, we're gonna have to change your line because we can't be associated with that."
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't tell somebody something crazier than that before.
What did you say?
Listen, it's this chick from PA. I'm not gonna fucking say her name, but I guess she got like mental issues, and she be trying to be at everybody. And she's man, being generous. She's a 2. Being generous. She ain't got no hair. She got all this. Don't got no hair. She ugly as motherfucker. Listen, I didn't technically say it to her, but this is when I used to drink and shit, and that's when I used to be really, really, really off the hook. So I would fucking screenshot your ass in a second. So I screenshotted a picture of her and shit, and I was like, I should tell this bitch I'm gay.
What?
Yeah, this bitch, dude. I mean, dude. Like, listen, she looked like a dude. She got almost as much facial hair as you.
You know what?
Trying to see if I can take that one for the team, and I can't.
Listen. This one chick deleted me. I was really like somebody else. I was really like interested, and she's like, "You too petty for me. Like, you could have just told her you wasn't interested. Why you?"
Yeah. Nah. Sometimes you be out. You just got. Sometimes even as a man, you got to say no. No means no.
Listen, this bitch was, oh my gosh.
Well, what's the worst thing you feel like you've said, Jamar? We heard Reggie's.
I told her it don't work. I told her my dick don't work. I can't. We can't.
Ooh, I think all three of these is up there.
And she was like, why would you lead with that? I was like, I just didn't want to waste your time.
Right.
Oh Lord.
It came back to bite me in the ass because the next week I seen her in the club again. And her friend was fine as hell. And I was trying to holler. And she's like, girl, don't waste your time. His dick don't work.
That's what you get.
That's fair, though.
I was like, touche. Good one.
And see, I feel like y'all's was with intent. I feel like the worst thing I said, and I didn't even think it was bad until somebody told me. But I told the person I wasn't physically attracted to them.
What?
That's all I said.
That's worse.
That's
worse. That's mean.
I thought it was nice.
But you really have to say physical because it's like, well, was you actually attracted to me?
I don't know. I was young,
I can talk to you like
Reggie.
this.
I was
Girl,
younger.
we ain't gotta look at each other to make things happen. I wasn't physically attracted to you either. I'm just sitting saying what it do. I mean, there you go.
I just realized what Boom said.
Hey, I call that a win-win.
I didn't see it. Where is Boom at?
I don't know. He texted me and told me that it won't let him in for some reason. I sent it to him like in his phone and on Facebook, so I don't know.
It's his phone. Tell him he got to go in through his Safari browser. He's got to go in through a Safari browser. Oh, was that you or me, Reggie?
Do you want to wear that when you go with your godma? Okay. Make sure you put it in your costume thing.
Mommy, what about my fairy costume?
Your fairy costume is for school. You can wear it.
What got going on?
Bro, I'm just trying to stay. I'm just trying to keep me from in the ground. Try to stay out of these streets. Trying to go out here and find D Block a Christian thug.
Listen, I got her. I'm telling you. Listen, he's perfect for it because listen, I'm telling you. And I know you know him. I don't know. I think you'll like him. We'll see. You like dark-skinned dudes? You like dark-skinned dudes?
I do.
She like chocolate.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She want a Christian man warrior.
You know what? It is my vice. That might not be good. Is he tall?
Nope.
Okay, well then that's because it's usually the tall, dark ones that get me. Okay.
She was like, girl, he's 6'4". Yeah, but it's okay. That height to make up for it.
Yeah, everybody's taller than me, so that's good.
Yeah, you is a shorty.
Mm-hmm.
He like your brother height, but he's a little bit wider.
Okay. You said a little bit whiter or wider?
Wider.
Oh, okay.
Look, Reggie done found you love. You can tell Reggie thank you.
As soon as we in this, I'm gonna get him on the horn. He might be scared, you know.
D Block, but you got to cop that pack. You got to cop that pack for the homie.
You know what?
I wish I would have never said that. I really
You got to work with
to cop that pack. Like, man, why the fuck you say that? I'm like, what, bro?
Yeah, in my trap house.
My mileage.
You know what?
Hey, y'all gonna be going to church. Y'all gonna be going to church on Sunday and trapping on Monday. That's love.
Listen. Y'all got it. Listen, the kid middle name gotta be Reggie though.
You know what?
Gotta be.
Oh, he want kids. I'm Sir Mix-a-Lot of kids. I don't know.
Are you Sir Mix-a-Lot? I'm about to say, I know you got front.
Well, Sir Mix, I got back too, but Sir Mix-a-Lot just means that I'm a one-hit wonder. with a kid.
Whoa!
That's what the Mix-a-Lot mean. I'm a one-hit wonder with a kid. I got one, and y'all should have prayed for twins. But I did say, but that's when she was like 2. She's 6 now. I did say if I found him and he wanted a kid, I would, and we was married, then it would happen. But she's 6 now, and I guess it ain't too. I don't know. We'll discuss this.
We'll see. We'll definitely see.
We'll discuss this. We can't be Jenny May out here in these streets.
Damn.
So you frozen or you had a stroke real quick?
Both. Both. I was sitting there trying to see if I had any friends that was some Christian thugs to hook D Block up with.
No, I got one for.
I'm about to cut your homie out. I got a brother. I got a brother who sit there carry his Bible with him everywhere. Crown Royal bottle too, but he carries his Bible with him everywhere too.
This dude, I ain't never seen him drink nothing either.
See, there you go. Now. When she tell me she don't drink, all that means is more for me. I'm just gonna keep it real.
He smoked. He smoked.
He smoked. He smoked.
Oh, you know what? That's a no-go for D Block. I got you, D Block.
He smokes weed.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay. Y'all got anything else? Because I'm ready to call it a day.
Oh yeah.
I thought Boo was gonna come in here and have us going, but he
I did too.
We're gonna get him right. I'm gonna get with him and get him right because I know what it is. He got an iPhone.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't never trust them iPhones. iPhones get you in trouble.
I don't like them because it's segregated. Like everybody else work together with y'all. Who the fuck y'all think y'all is? Like that.
You get them iPhones. She be like, "Where you at?" She just FaceTime you. I can't be. Don't FaceTime me.
And then they think they're better than people too. Like just because they got an iPhone. It's a fucking iPhone 8. Who gives a fuck?
And you still paying on it. So
right. I got a mortgage on the fucking phone. Get out of my face.
It's a car payment.
Right.
All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and end this. D Block, once again, thank you very much for stopping through with your wealth of knowledge. And now that we put an APB out on it for a Christian thug for you, I think we're gonna start getting some hits coming in. Reggie's already got a potential lined up. We're gonna have y'all do your first date on here. We're gonna have a Q&A for him. And we're gonna come up with some questions. And if he got to answer these questions, and he gonna get on a point system, or he need enough points to go ahead and date you. Okay.
I think so.
Do you see what I'm throwing up?
Mm-hmm.
I'm throwing up JC. Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. Y'all get along just fine.
Y'all get along just fine. He pray like you pray. He lay like you lay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Reg, you got any shout outs you want to give?
Nope. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to everybody commenting. Shout out to you. Shout out to Doreen. Shout out to everybody in Youngstown. Shout out to everybody in PA. Shout out to my family. Shout out to y'all.
Throw up your JC again, D Block.
Is it the right way? Or is it
no, but it'll be okay. You'll be all right. I'm gonna tell him when he meets you in person to bring 2 bottles of water. Yo, I want to thank y'all for watching.
Cool.
D Block, send the shots out. Huh?
Shout out to, since he was shouting out people and he already shouted out the cities that's close. Shout out to Tampa. Shout out to Georgia. Shout out to Charlotte. I'm trying to think of my friends where they at, everybody at. Shout out to, where Georgia at? Savannah.
Georgia. You already said Georgia. He good.
Right.
You say Texas?
Savannah, Columbus, Texas.
You got a few friends in Texas.
Yeah, I got a lot. Mm-hmm. To all my friends everywhere, high and low, I love you guys.
Tell your friends to tune in next time so they can be a part of the craziness.
Well, I need to know when I'm gonna be part. You just then threw me on right. Right.
We got stood up. So we was like, yo, we gotta call. We got
the bat signal. The bat signal.
The bat signal. She gotta come through and say the day again. Don't worry, I got you though. I got you. I appreciate you. She about to sneeze. Y'all want to thank y'all. Shout out to CL with Pussy Talks is coming back. Shout out to Annie with It's a Heart Not Life podcast. Shout out to Reggie, of course. Shout out to Miguel, aka Diallo Bands. Shout out to Boom for tapping in. Shout out to Rico for tapping in. Rico, we got to get back to dropping Down in the Valley podcast. We got to interview some more amazing people that help in the community. Damn, that's a lot of water. She's a gulper.
That's a good sign.
D-Block again. I appreciate you so much.
Oh, thank you guys for having me.
Thank you so much. Oh, my mama said, hit her up sometime. She misses you.
Oh, I miss you.
I'm talking to my baby. That's all. That video did. But thank y'all both. God bless y'all. For those that don't believe, say peace out. Peace up. A-Town Daps. I know. Peace.